Well, bringing in Radhika, who joins us from Mumbai. Radhika, the Maharashtra government was extremely reluctant to resume flight services. After a lot of coercion, they finally agreed to allow limited landings and takeoffs in Mumbai.
That's right. After much deliberation, the state government finally allowed a limited number of flights, which is 25 arrivals and 25 departures. I'm at the Mumbai airport right now. You can see the amount of people that have gathered here, the ones who have booked tickets. Of course, many of their tickets are confirmed, but there are many who are still uncertain about, whether they can go to their destinations or no. You can see people queuing up here. There is checking happening on every level. And right ahead is where the gates are, where all kinds of social distancing measures are being followed when they enter. But outside, not so much. You can see people are crowding. There is not much social distancing in the queues that are outside. But inside is where the airport officials say they have all the, hygiene factors, social distancing factors kept in mind. I'll just go across to a few passengers. Ma'am, tell me, is your flight confirmed? Which is your destination?
My destination is Delhi, Air India 809, but now we came to know that it has been cancelled. Last night we checked around 10:30, it was still operational, that's what we were told.
Okay, so now you've been told that it's cancelled.
Cancelled, yes.
Okay. So there you go, because it's the limited number of flights that's flying out of Mumbai. Many of them have been cancelled, but many people haven't been told about this. So that's the confusion that people were facing yesterday as well. आप बताइए, आप किधर जा रहे हैं?
I'm going to Hyderabad. And my colleague, I have a colleague who was supposed to travel to Chennai, and he didn't even get any intimation that his flight got cancelled.
And your flight is still on?
I booked a SpiceJet flight earlier and all, that got cancelled. I kept searching, Vistara was on, so I booked Vistara, and until the morning, I didn't get any confirmation whether it's going to be on or not. It would be wonderful if the flight schedule could be cross-checked with the state government and central government and announced at least one day prior. Like I had to spend the entire night in suspense whether I'll be traveling or not.
Right. So yes, this is an inconvenience that a lot of people had been facing, simply because yesterday the state government initially said that they're not in support of the flight resumption, and then they said that only emergency flights, and it was later in the evening that it was told that 25 flights will depart, 25 flights will arrive. But most of the passengers who had booked all of these flights were left in confusion, because nobody was sure which are these 25 flights that are going to be operational. So therefore, many people who are here, their flight has been cancelled. Many have come in the hopes that they can fly to their destination. So that's the situation in Mumbai airport. A lot of crowd, as you can see. Security, of course, intact here. People are trying to find out if their flights are still on schedule. That is a confusion that's still prevailing among people here. Of course, as far as protocols are concerned, Mumbai airport officials had been telling us that because they've been operating special flights as well as cargo flights over the last 2 weeks, all the SOPs have been put in place. But because of this decision by the state government yesterday, a lot of flip-flops that had been happening over the last few days, there is a lot of confusion among passengers, and many are still not entirely certain if their flights are on schedule.
Absolutely, a lot of confusion at the Mumbai airport. Stay on with us, Radhika. Let's see what's happening in Odisha, from where Manoj Kumar Jaina joins us. He's at the Bhubaneswar airport. Manoj, the Odisha government has mandated 14-day compulsory home quarantine for passengers.
Yeah, definitely. I can say, before going to attend your question, first of all, I'd like to say that after a gap of 60 days, here flight services has been resumed right here in Bhubaneswar Patna International Airport. Right now, I'm standing just near Terminal 1 of Patna International Airport, and you can see our security personnel are in standing mode. 2 minutes before they were in attending mode, because people were in queue. Large social distance has been made. See, as of the information of the state of the airport director of Bhubaneswar International Airport, the standard operating procedures has been followed right here in Bhubaneswar. Passengers are asked to install compulsory Arogya Setu app and also stand in queue in maintaining social distance, and only asymptomatic passengers are allowed to go inside. So as of the information now, Bhubaneswar will operate 10 pairs of flights today till 30th of this month, seven destinations will be operated. Overall, we can say that here all standard operating procedures have been followed. People are asked to maintain social distance. Here, authority last evening, authority made every possibility check to not to spread coronavirus. So overall, we can say that Odisha is much prepared to as the flight operation is resumed today. As you said that here government is claiming mandatory 14 days quarantine for the passengers. Yes, it's a decision taken by the government level, and government advise all passengers, those who are boarding and those who are arriving also, to take 14 days quarantine. That will help to prevent corona. Over to you.
Right, so 14 days compulsory home quarantine for those returning to Odisha. Stay on with us, Manoj. Let's get in Neetu as well, who joins us live from Trivandrum. Neetu, what has the Kerala government decided in terms of who will be quarantined and who won't be?
As far as the quarantine guidelines are concerned, anyone traveling into the state of Kerala via domestic flights will have to go in for a 14-day home quarantine. And if you have any symptoms while you are at the airport and while the health checkup is on, you will be moved into an institutional quarantine in an ambulance that has been provided by the state government itself. We are outside the Thiruvananthapuram domestic section of the airport. Here we can see that there is a good police presence that is over here. Cleaning activities have been going on. Here in these chairs, we can see that ribbons have been kept on one chair so that people don't sit there. Social distancing is being followed. Now, the flight that is landing as of now, which we know is a flight from Delhi. The others have been cancelled. It is behind these glass doors that the officials will be there and checking the boarding passes and all, trying very minimal contact. So inside, even for disinfecting the baggage, arrangements have been made. Thermal scanners are there. Temperature checks will be conducted before the people board the flights, and even at the arrival, they will be checked if anyone has any kind of symptoms. In an ambulance provided by the state government, they will be moved to the COVID care center. Otherwise, they will have to go in for home quarantine for 14 days. Now, if your local self-government and any passenger traveling to Kerala should also understand one thing: after booking your ticket, you have to log into the COVID Jagrada website of the state government, and you have to register yourself and your family's details if they are traveling along with you, and have to take a transit pass. Only after that you will be allowed to go into your home. The local self-government will inspect the area and will make sure that you have home quarantine facilities. If not, you will have to go in for an institutional quarantine. Now, either people can pick you up in private vehicles or cab